Tally ho there, lads, and welcome to the Confession Hour, the weekly episode here where we are going to confess stuff. And it is again going to be with me, Carly Flopfang, and the Tosser. Hey, hi, Tosser.
Hi, Tosser.
Amazing, the same joke as last week. So, let's get right into it. We need a confession, and we're going to start with the Tosser's confession. So, it's time for a confession. Go ahead.
Let me think. Alright, so there's this one time when I was younger, my stepdad and I had to take my mum to see the doctors, so, that she had an appointment to see the doctor.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah. Unless she was dating a doctor, and that's why she was seeing a doctor.
So we drove her there, and then we parked the car. She went inside, and we basically, we had to wait for her to finish.
Well, yeah, you didn't get in with her then. You're just like, fuck no, she can go in herself.
Yeah, we waited in the car. So anyway, eventually she came out, and then, now for the options. Option number 1. She saw one of her friends and decided to start talking to her, and I was close enough to hear the conversation, and she was telling her all sorts of embarrassing stories about me. Number 2, it was windy and it made her hair look so ridiculous that I was too embarrassed to be seen with her. Or number 3, she got into the wrong car and started talking to complete strangers who seemed very concerned.
Well, not knowing your mother, but still kind of perhaps maybe a little bit knowing her. I'd say that the first 2 options sounds a bit too meh. So it's obviously it's number 3.
Yeah. Oh my fuck. Seriously. I mean, it wasn't even an identical car. It was a similar car, like the same colour, but.
How do you do that? How does she not fucking look at the people in the car?
I don't know, she just got into the front passenger seat and just started talking, and then they were, you could see their faces like, who the fuck are you?
Excuse me, that sounds very interesting, but what?
And me and my stepdad were like, set, because we were in the car a couple of cars down, and we were sitting and we were like, oh my god.
You drove off, didn't you?
Yeah.
You're like, nah, fuck that, she's getting out of that herself.
But fucking hell, I mean, how did someone do that? How?
That is just retarded. And speaking of something retarded, it's time for
a mental
fiddle diddle.
Have you ever noticed that people really, really want animals to receive a humane death?
Yep.
And as far as I know, humane comes from the word like human, meaning like a humanoid, like something we would do to humans. How we treat humans, that is the humane way.
Yep, a really kind, gentle.
Exactly. So they want us to kill animals exactly how we would kill humans.
Yep.
And I just, I'm just puzzled as to why I'm not seeing more carpet bombings on pig farms then. Forcing all of the cows into poverty and then seeing them die of starvation. I mean, I haven't once heard of some native animals of the rainforest that are suddenly being trained by some big influential country to then infiltrate their own and then just like drive them out of those rainforests, or just kill those that's not willing to move, so that that country could go in and take all of the nice resources that would be in the rainforest. I mean, that's how we should basically do it, isn't it?
I mean, yeah, that would be quite amazing to see.
Yeah.
That's what people want. We should,
it's kind of funny that you're mentioning that what people want. Because now let's throw it right over to the news.
And now, over to the news.
Oh yeah, I was going through Google, just looking through stories and stuff, and I found this article
Yeah.
I don't know how old it is or where it's from. It looks like the UK or Ireland, perhaps. But there's this street, and the headline to the article is Bellend residents call for new street name.
The Bellend residents.
Yep,
That's,
that's Bellends.
does that mean that the journalists just really fucking hate those people, or that the street is called Bellend?
The street is called Bellend.
You have to be a Bellend to live there, don't you?
Yep, you do.
I mean, you are part of the Bellend society if you're there, so you know.
Yep. I mean, just
Bloody
look at
Bellend. What are they hoping that they're going to change it to Cockwombles or what?
well.
Like, nah,
they're-
Bellend isn't good enough. We want to be Cockwombles.
Well, speaking of that, in Woodchurch, close to where I live,
Yeah.
there's a road called Cock Lane.
Cock Lane.
Yep.
Bloody hell. I bet we
Yeah.
all know a few people that really likes to go down that lane.
Yeah, and there's a pub in the village where Paul McCartney lives, in Peacehouse, which is just about 2 miles away from where I live. And that pub is called The Cock Inn.
The Cock Inn.
Yep, you can imagine the kind of things you can
Is
set
there
up.
one next to it called the Cock Out?
Well, I believe there's...
So you can
I believe,
you can visit the Cock Inn and then the Cock Out, and then go back to the Cock Inn and then the Cock Out and then the Cock Inn and then the Cock Out.
maybe, but there could also be a shop or something called Your Ass.
Anyway, it's time for another confession story. It's time for a confession. It's going to be my time now, isn't it?
Yep.
Bloody hell. Okay, you know, okay. Right, so, I was on a blind date with a musician whom one of my friends tried to set me up with. It wasn't like, it's not so much of a date, like it was a date, but like he was there because, you know, we had to meet and such. So he was there, and then when we have been together for a while, and we decided to go home to his place, and on the bus ride, he's a musician, remember, she would suddenly start to sing, not loudly obviously, not to be a nuisance to the others in the bus, but she would start to sing, like, don't worry about a thing. And then, this is where the three options comes.
Okay.
Did I? Option number 1. Try to continue singing the song, but get the lyrics wrong. Did I? Option number 2. Fall out of my seat at the very instant that she says not to worry about a thing. Or did I 3, again, during the moment of her screeching out those words, accidentally hit her while trying to press the stop button on the bus?
I'd like to go with option number 3, please.
Number 3, you believe I accidentally hit her while trying to press the stop button?
Perhaps, yeah.
Well, is that your final answer, since you're saying perhaps? I'm not sure if you're sure.
Yep.
Alright. Well, what happened was that she bursted out into song, and she was singing Don't Worry About a Thing.
Right.
And me, being a musician myself, thought, that's a brilliant idea, let's sing that song in this bus. So, I tried to continue it because she basically stopped right there. So I went... because every little thing, and then I fucked it up.
Did you do that fucking... Oh my god, I know what's wrong.
I said it's gonna be, and then the wrong word.
Fucking wanker.
And I'm too embarrassed to even try to. I don't know what word it is right now. I can't even give you the fucking word. I don't know what word I sang. I know it was the wrong word, and she corrected me. and I still don't know the correct fucking word. And because of that, it has thrown me so much off that song, because I knew at the moment I did it that it was the wrong word. I was like, fuck, why did I do that? And she instantly corrects me, and I'm like, oh no, that's just from one musician to another, such a popular song.
Yeah, but you could have disguised the fact with saying that you were making your own version.
I was not that fast thinking at the moment. I was too busy being quite embarrassed. And another fun fact about this date, by the way. I'm obviously Danish. I'm from Denmark, for the people who does not know that. And she was Danish. This is all in Denmark. And my friend is Danish. But because of, you know, the accent I have right here, speaking of right now, we tried to prank her, saying that I came from England. So I was speaking English all the time. Which then again makes it worse that I can't remember English lyrics. But yeah, we were actually like we were trying to like, make a practical joke on her there, like being like, hey, I only speak English, and then, you know, if she were to say something that I was not supposed to know, she would probably just like say it, but in Danish, because she'd be like, he doesn't know, so I'm just going to tell his friend, you know, and then I would know. And then at one point during the date, I know this is a shitty way of having a date, by the way. This is like how you not have a date. we would obviously be like, hey, by the way, I'm Danish, and she'd be like, oh no. Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, looking back at my life, I believe every decision I make is kind of wrong. You know, it's just stupid. Just next time I have a decision to make, I just don't. Just someone remind me just to not do it. Don't do it. Like,
what messed up, boy? I guess you never saw her again.
I actually didn't. I haven't seen her since. But probably why. There's probably many reasons. I don't know. I mean, that's just the two reasons I can think of. Then I believe it's time for the weekly whining.
Well, been doing a lot of driving, not personally, but being driven around a lot lately.
Yeah.
And it really fucking annoys me because the amount of cars that cut corners, they want to almost drive on the wrong side of the road round the corner. And a blind corner at that. Why?
Bloody hell.
You know, it's like, are they fucking retarded or something? It was the amount of times we've nearly crashed because of it. I mean, they can see we're coming, but they just don't give a fuck. They don't move. They don't give us up. They're like, no, we're driving here. It's the wrong side, but fuck it.
And that's when the British road rage comes up inside of you.
Yeah, it's like, what? So they're in these big 4x4s, like a Range Rover or something. They're too scared to get their tyres a bit muddy, even though it's an off-road car. I mean,
it's
what the
built
hell?
for off-road, for fuck's sake. It's built to get muddy.
Well, yeah, it's like you see a lot of school mums. What the school mum is, I don't know if you know. It's like basically a mum that's got children that go to school and she picks them up and drops them off and all that in a big 4x4 that she doesn't need and will never use how it's really supposed to be used. But no, they drive around in them anyway.
Fucking
Yep. I mean, how fucking... It's just dangerous to... You don't cut corners like that. If nothing's coming, and you can see nothing's coming, fine. But to do it around a blind corner when something's coming, it's just fucking stupid.
That is just... like, they shouldn't have a driver's license.
No, they shouldn't.
Hey, mental!
Fiddle diddle.
So yeah, why is it, whenever you lose something, let's say you've lost, I don't know, your TV remote or something.
Yeah.
So you're looking for it and stuff, and then eventually you find it, and then some fucking wanker says, it's always in the last place you look, isn't it? So it's like, well, yeah, you know, I'm not gonna fucking look around, find the fucking thing, and then just continue to look for it, am I?
Wait, who does that? It's like, there they are. Well, let's check out the living room.
Yes.
Like, it's so funny. It wasn't in the last place I looked. It wasn't the first place I looked, but I kept looking.
Yeah.
I mean, what?
I mean, you know, even if it's the first place you look and you find it, it's still the last place.
Yeah.
Because you don't look
Because,
after it. I mean,
exactly. You stopped looking when you found them, for fuck's sake.
a better thing to say would be, it's never in the first place you look, is it?
Exactly.
Which is also retarded, but, you know, at least not as retarded as that.
I mean,
bloody
sometimes
hell.
they aren't the first place you look, but...
Or
it's
they'll
very
say
rare.
something, or you're like, where are the keys? And we're like, on the side. On the side of what? You know? What is this side you speak of? It's just, oh, it's on the side.
You're looking for stuff that isn't there. That actually reminds me of something.
Mm.
You know, you have an idea. You've got something. You're like, I need to do this. This is what's going to happen, and I will do it right now. Yes, let's fucking do it. And you go, and you enter that room, and then you just kind of stand there, like, what the fuck? Wait, was I supposed to do something in here?
Yeah.
What's going on? Why am I in here? It's like, well, okay then. So suddenly, like, you had your mind set on something. You had something to do in that room. You're into the room, and suddenly your brain is like, shut off. There we go. He can make it on his own. And you're just standing there like an idiot. Like, what the fuck? No. Why? Why don't that happen? Like, why is that not happening to terrorists? Imagine a terrorist, like something. Let's take some. I'm going to take a Christian terrorist here. He's going into a mosque, for example.
Yep.
And he's bringing his weapon. He's going in. He wants to slaughter those 4 Muslims. And then he enters it with that, gun in his hand, and he's standing ready. He kicks the door open, and then he's like, wait. Was I supposed to do something in here? Bloody what? I'm sure that I had something to do in here. That's why I'm here. Fuck it, I forgot it. And everyone will be looking at him like, what's going on up there?
And then he has to come up with a story quickly.
Yeah, and he's like, oh shit, wait, I'm standing with a... Oh, fuck. Sorry, lads. Fuck.
I've come to convert to your religion.
Yeah, yeah. And that's how the Christian terrorist suddenly just became Muslim and gave up being a terrorist.
But what's funny about when you mentioned earlier about how you walk into a room or something and you say to yourself, why did I come in here? It's like, why are you fucking asking yourself and you don't even fucking know the answer? Like,
well, because obviously I did know the answer because I went in there.
Yeah, but if you already knew the answer, then why ask it in the first place? Because you would already know why you're in there.
Well, that happens to me a lot, though. I always talk to myself like, wait, am I sure that I want to do this? And then the voice like, yeah, sure, you are sure, and here's why. Obviously,
Yeah.
and like, where the fuck did I put my keys? And then this voice inside of my head is like, well, I get why you can't see them, because they fell on the floor a while ago, and then you kind of threw a shirt on them, so they're like covered on the floor, like by a shirt. It's very useful to have that voice. Very useful. Well, thanks everyone so much for watching this Confession Hour. Remember to tune in every Wednesday at 17:33, and if you still do not know that time because your country was too stupid to use it, then you can just very, very peacefully go rape yourself in your own arsehole. So, that's it. If you got any confessions, any embarrassing stories, or any fiddle diddles you want us to know, write them in the comment section below, and we will choose what we believe is the best one for the next episode. So yeah, but until then, cheerio everyone.